Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows 2.0, specifically Windows 2.03. They did have a later edition, as you can see in the corner, Windows 2.11, but most people would probably just prefer to do Windows 2.03 because it's easier to find, and two, like Windows 1.0, my previous video shows, it's kind of useless. You know, this is more or less, again, to say, hey, I have a copy of Windows 2.0, look at me. Nothing extremely special about this. A few updates from Windows 1.0, which was mainly, the mouse driver that I corrected in the Windows 1.0 video. And a few, color changes, but for the most part, everything else is still the same. So, without getting into too much details about it again, let's go ahead and install Windows 2.0. So, like the original Windows 1.0, you need to make sure you create a virtual machine, okay, like I have already. You also have to make sure that you have a version of DOS installed. My version of DOS for this one is 6.22, but you can install 6.0, 7.1, any version of MS-DOS that you prefer. Okay, and like before, you need to make sure you have the floppy enabled. So I'll go ahead and click that. Use floppy image. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and mount my Windows 2.3. I'm not going to connect to that power at the moment because I want it to boot past it to DOS, otherwise we're going to get an error. Also, again, if you weren't paying attention to another video, make sure under Options in General you have Other and MS-DOS selected. Again, Virtual Machine does not understand how to use Windows 1, Windows 2, and Windows 3.0. So you have to install them as DOS so they configure themselves correctly. Because honestly, they're just graphical interfaces for DOS, if you really want to break it down. Be mad at me all you want about what I say. Unfortunately, that's really what it is. So let's go ahead and power it on. Okay, so now we're here. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to connect my floppy drive now. So hit connect. And and just type in the word setup. Now it's pretty much the exact same setup as Windows 1.0. Okay, so you don't have a choice of your porting device, your graphics adapter, your printer. They're all preset for VMware. So while we go through this, just make sure whatever you choose is the same as I'm choosing. Otherwise, you're going to get glitches and errors and terrible beeping sounds and a lot of other things that you're just not going to be happy with. Alright, so we're going to click Enter. We're going to leave the directory as default under Windows. Okay, for this one, we're going to make sure it's the first one, the IBM Personal System. For your display driver, we're going to have to choose this one, the EGA with enhanced color display or PC color display. Okay. Okay, then we're going to click US keyboard. And then this one we're going to make sure PS2 mouse. Everything else here you're not going to have mouse functions with. So go ahead and click Microsoft Mouse connected or a PS2 mouse. Hit enter. Verify everything here is good. So we have our enhanced color display, our USB keyboard, and our mouse. If yours says anything different, please go ahead and click on the one and change to what you have to change to. Which unfortunately hit the wrong one, but there you go. So no change. And like before, Control Alt to release your mouse. And then we're going to go and get the display disk. So mainly this is what it's going to be for the rest of the install, just pretty much finding it, clicking enter. And from time to time you will go ahead and get this error. So what you have to do is restart. Again, reason why a lot of people don't use it. So now I got to start all over again. But you will get this error from time to time. I have done this install about 10 times, and literally about 50% of the time I've gotten that error. I don't know why it comes up. It might be some kind of glitch somewhere. But again, we'll start back over. So enter, back in Windows, IBM Personal System, IBM with EGA Enhanced Color Display, USB US keyboard, and a PS2 mouse. No changing. Alright, let's see if it works this time. Okay, and enter. And there you go. Again, don't know why it does that. So now it's looking for the font disk. Now you don't have to worry about it having a problem the rest of the way, because after that first error, it doesn't error out ever again. I might have a corrupt floppy, image, I guess. But like I said, you just go ahead and restart it real quickly. It takes a couple seconds, and you're ready to go. So from here, it's asking you want to read the README file, which you're more than welcome to. I am not going to read this again, so we're just going to hit F to finish. And there you go. Windows is now installed. So to get into Windows is very simple. You just type in Win, enter, and there you go. So just like Windows 1.0, just a little bit different. As you can see here, Windows 2.03 came out in 1987. All the good stuff you got here. Again, we're going to click on the calculator. See, calculator comes up. Here's your calendar of events. Would drive me nuts trying to use this back in the day, but they did. Okay, and then if you want to use Write, which is technically Notepad, and there you go. And that's everything. So now we have Windows 2.03 installed. Okay, everybody, and that's everything we need to do to install Windows 2.0 on your VMware workstation or player. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to be posting more and more videos as I keep going along. I'm planning on producing a Windows 3, 3.1, 3.11, XP 2000, so on and so forth, of all of them, as well as Linux and Mac operating systems. Later on, I'll be doing ESXi, as well as networking with ESXi, networking between two virtual machines, sharing devices between virtual machines, and also how to share between your host computer and your virtual machine. Unfortunately, with Windows 1, 2, 3, pretty much up to 3.11, there really is no sharing between them because they're just not meant for that. Sharing of devices and everything don't really come until 2000, Windows 98, Windows 95, because they actually have a desktop environment that you can actually share devices between, also in networking and so on. These are mainly just for nostalgic purposes, but who knows? You might find somebody that says, oh, I got Windows 2.0 on my system and I really need to get it working for whatever reason being. Well, you now have the ability to help them do this. So again, all my material that I use in this is going to be located in the description below. It's also going to be, the virtual machine will also be located at the bottom as well. So if you don't even want to bother doing the install, you just want the VM, just go ahead and download the VM directly from the links below. And as always, thank you and have a great day, guys.